Right, Sean K. Sean. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. Trailer. We watched one trailer, we had some theories, we had some thoughts.
Yeah.
Second trailer, new trailer. Anything you want to say?
I don't know. I'm curious to know what the story is going to be of this.
Seems to be centered around Rocket, doesn't it?
Yeah. There seemed to be a lot of stuff about Rocket in the last trailer.
Yeah. So let's, to be fair. No, yeah, let's watch.
I'll tell you something. I'm Star-Lord.
Yeah, you are.
Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. You left out some important information.
Oh, he's got like a
but
ball orb thing.
That is the gist of it.
Get the same old dreams,
Can't use
same
any of
time
this
every
music.
night. Fall to the ground and I wake up. Is this another banging tune?
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
Oh,
Want to make things perfect.
Why do they have to make him look so
Just
cute?
hated things the way they are.
ooh! Since you've been gone, light of my head can't take.
Come on, it's...
I want you
No,
all to
no,
know
no,
that I
no.
am grateful to fight beside my friends.
Oh, stop it, Drax. Oh, that thing had a robot arm.
We were always searching for a family.
Oh!
How we found each other.
Whoa.
Are you ready?
That was Drax
One
against.
last ride.
You've been gone!
We'll all fly away together.
Oh, that didn't look good.
Forever. In a beautiful sky.
Since you've been gone.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Oh, man.
Is it just me, or does it feel like this is very Disney trailer and they're going, Rocket is having all these really sad talks, missing a lot of Rocket's sad past, and you know, Rocket's gonna die kind of feelings. But does it not feel like it could be Drax?
From that trailer there, I thought Drax is going to be the one that's going to die. But, because coupled with the fact that Dave Batista said he's finished with the MCU after this film, which is already depressing because I love Drax, does not look good for at least two members of the Guardians. I'm still convinced Rocket's going to die. Frankly, I can't see there being much more for Rocket in the MCU.
I mean, she's holding Rocket there.
Is
That's
she?
Rocket she's holding there.
Oh, yeah. I thought she was holding someone like that, but she's not. She's running.
I love how Will Poulter so far has had no dialogue in any of the trailers.
Yeah.
We've just seen a gold face and we're just like,
I assume he's going to have an English accent because he was made with the Sovereign.
Hmm.
Made by the Sovereign, so he's going to have at least an English accent. Which should add some class to the film.
who was that he jumped on? Oh, that's Will Poulter. He jumped on Will Poulter.
Oh, is he squashing Adam Warlock? That's funny.
Oh, that's Little Rocket.
Look at Little Rocket's
Oh.
face. Yeah, look. Robot arms.
Is that an otter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? Or is it a badger?
I don't know. Otter? I would say it's an otter.
No idea. I like this shot. See, because I can see them going, right, okay, so we're going to keep Groot. Because, let's face it, Groot is quite low maintenance. Right?
Low maintenance.
Like, in terms of how much, they have to work, they just get a man to stand there, a few special effects here and there. And, let's face it, Vin Diesel doesn't have to work hard to voice Groot, does he?
We'll change his voice up a bit.
Oh, come on. He has to say, I am Groot.
He says it in different languages.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Fair play. But it's still... But even when he changes it into different languages, one of the words that he says is still exactly the same. So it's not that... Sorry, Vin Diesel. It's not that hard. Oh, look at
what
that
is
thing.
that?
I get the same old dream, same time every night. Do you know what that song is? Do you know who sang it? Since you've been gone.
I know the song, I can't remember who sings it.
Rainbow. A lot of my head can't take it. Take that, Kelly Clarkson. That was the original Since You've Been Gone. Ah, look. Little doggo. I love our wide eyes. I love it when dogs have wide eyes. It's my favourite part of all doggos. So yeah, I think...
Is that Drax?
Yeah.
Doesn't really look like Drax.
His arms. Just got other things.
I know,
it's
but...
definitely Drax.
Maybe it's just the visual effects.
So... Yeah, so the main bad guy is the guy who said he wants to bring balance. The guy who's been experimenting on him. I would say he's the main bad guy. I forget what he's called.
It's not the guy that was doing like the... I don't think it's him. It's one with the weird face.
It's the same guy, isn't it?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just assumed that this was...
No. I don't think so. Unless it's like a before and after shot, but his
what I
face
mean.
definitely looks different.
Can't find it. Can't find it. Yeah.
Look at his head. Got a thing on his chin.
Yeah, I know, but I assumed it was going to be like... That was him after he's... Because he's experimenting on these things to be able to create like the perfect sort of person, I assumed.
Yeah, but maybe it is, but I didn't think it was.
It might not be. I don't know. I can't
I
really...
wonder how they did that.
It looks cool, doesn't it?
I wonder if that was all just visuals or if that was...
He's got the same eyes.
It might be.
I don't know. And it looks like the clothes that he's wearing is similar.
It might be. That might be like when he's experimenting. I assume it makes it seem like he's the one that experiments on Rocket.
Yeah, because I think my first thought was that this is him experimenting on Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
This is him modern time.
Maybe it is, yeah.
I don't know. Cragland. The arrow looks different. Is that the arrow?
I think so.
Looks very different. Looks more like Voldemort's wand than the arrow. Oh, I'm going to be so upset if Dave Batista died.
My friends.
The last time he was talking like that, Groot died. When he was talking about his friends. And I will not be happy.
Yeah, surely Groot can't die again.
No, I don't think Groot's going to die. But I think... it wouldn't surprise me if Drax died.
There's two moments where there's one moment where Peter screams and it seems like someone's dying, and then there's a moment where you see Mantis crying.
Yeah. That's the bit you were talking about with him. There. Yeah. Now this might be one of those typical Disney tricks.
Because they've edited stuff.
Yeah.
Could have edited stuff. That looks like Peter could be stood there.
That looks like Peter could be stood there, and let's face it, it's not going to be hard to put a thing of him standing there.
Yeah,
there's
Groot.
no Rocket and there's no Groot.
Also, it makes it, yeah. The fact that Mantis is stood right in the centre, like, why is... It makes it seem like it's Peter, doesn't it? Because they've, like, had the thing, oh, like, she's his sister.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think Peter will die.
We also see Peter getting carried through nowhere by Gamora? Nebula? Yeah. but they all look
fresh.
I think this is yeah, this is probably him drunk,
Yeah.
like we say at the beginning,
Yeah.
because I've been carried like that plenty of times. Oh, look at the little squad, look at the little dog. It looks like it's going to be a very
Emotional. Is this the last Guardians of the Galaxy?
well. James Gunn's moving on to DC, isn't he?
Okay. But also okay.
That's another bit where it's kind of like,
They're saying goodbye.
yeah.
Why are they saying goodbye? Who's the guy in white? Do we see it?
Oh, look how good. I think that is probably just a grunt. That he's sort of like, maybe he's trying to tackle to get out of there. He hasn't got his repulsors on, like. I call them repulsors, I don't remember what they're called. The question is, where are they? I would say that looks a little bit like Nova Prime, but... Is it Nova Prime? Not Nova Prime. What's it called?
Xandar.
Xandar, that's the one. My problem with Marvel at the minute is, oh look, this looks jumpsuity like a prison.
Yeah, I think
They're all
they're
in
in
a
a
prison. Maybe they go in to get Gamora. Maybe Gamora's in the prison. Oh dear. I'm gonna leave it on that shot. So it feels like, yeah, the guy with the sort of face is main bad guy. It feels like a lot of the movie is going to be leading towards a team up between Adam Warlock and the Guardians.
Yeah. Because wasn't one of the early descriptions of Adam Warlock is like he's essentially a baby. He like doesn't really know much.
Because he's a tube baby, isn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't got much knowledge. So it's probably going to be a case of like...
He's been told to do this, do this, do this.
And he just thinks that that's the right thing to do, but in reality...
The more he interacts with them, the more he comes
Yeah.
to it. At least they don't really deserve to be killed. Because let's face it, Adam Warlock is a very big player in Marvel.
Could kind of say he's almost like a Vision. He's kind of learned. He's like he's like doesn't understand things. He's probably going to be a little blunt.
I imagine they're probably going to try and have a personality similar to Drax. Because Drax gets a lot of laughs, and Disney love laughs. So if Dave Bautista's on his way out, firstly, we love you, Dave Bautista, because I've loved you as Drax. But they're probably going to need someone who's that kind of humour, kind of wit to replace him. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be a big joke. Adam Warlock can still be a good character if done right. And we'll just have to hope that he is done right. But I trust James Gunn. He hasn't given us a bad Guardians yet.
Nebula's arm looks different as well, doesn't it?
Is she the one we see with a sword? I'm assuming you see someone sort of spawn a sword out of there.
Yeah.
I assume it's her. There. Yeah, it's her, isn't it?
I think so. It looks the same, like the similar, doesn't it? Like the arms.
Oh,
Similar.
hold on. Arm's not blue.
Huh?
That arm's not blue. Doesn't even look particularly metally.
That material looks similar though to the material, like the arm. It looks similar.
Yeah.
I hate
actually,
to say it,
might
but
be.
that could just be an editing issue.
Yeah.
That could just because that arm when you
Yeah,
first,
it does. I think it is her. I think
like
you're right.
when you go back, but like as she's like walking, there's a shot when. No, like one of the later shots.
One of the later shots.
While she's walking.
I can't get much later than that. What are you looking for?
I could.
One of the earlier shots.
Oh, or maybe earlier shots. That looks different to what we saw when we saw the arm.
Yeah.
Right. there. Like, it looks slightly different. So that's
Yeah.
probably just they've not edited it properly.
Yeah, I'm probably just looking too much into it.
Go Power Rangers! Look at Mantis.
She's so weird, and I love it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's hope. What phase are we in now? Is this phase 4? We're still phase 4. It's still phase 4, isn't it?
I think so.
Feels
Yeah.
like we're in phase 4.
I think it's still phase 4.
Yeah, because a lot of the movies in phase 4 have been quite substandard. Thor, which we have reacted to, but YouTube refuses to let me put on. We were quite underwhelmed by that, weren't we?
Yeah.
Eternals was very underwhelming.
Eternals was kind of when it first came out. I think everyone was kind of like but then as the more movies have come out, it's not the worst movie that they've done.
It's not the worst movie that they've done, but it was still underwhelming.
Yeah.
The best film from phase 4 has easily been Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Doctor
Strange, for me, underwhelming.
Had its moments.
Had its moments, but still, to me, underwhelming. But I think they sort of knocked themselves a little bit, the MCU, because they went, oh yeah, here's Spider-Man. And everyone was like, if they're like that from now on, good. And then everything that came after it wasn't as good as that, so it was kind of,
Mm-hmm.
And everything just seems to be a bit like a joke. Everything's just a joke to everyone. It's kind of like, well, let's start taking things a bit seriously, please.
Mm-hmm.
This does have its obvious Guardians elements where they're not taking things seriously. Things like Mantis doing
that's the characters that we were introduced to, though.
Yeah.
Like it's not such a big deal when the likes of Quill is making a laugh out of everything, because that's who he is
Yeah.
as a character. But when it's characters that should be taken stuff serious or have done in the past and all of a sudden aren't, then it's like why?
When characters like, for example, prime example, Gore, no one seems to take him seriously, and it's kind of like, well, when the characters don't take him seriously, the audience aren't going to take him seriously.
Yeah.
It damages the movie.
It seems like this is still the fact, but if this guy is the guy that experimented on Rocket, which it makes it heavily implies that it is, surely then that's already going, okay, this is obviously a bad guy because he took a cute little raccoon, experimented on it.
Something that the Guardians have always done well, though, is that they don't take each other seriously, because they're a family. They don't. That's how our family. None of us take each other seriously, but villains, another such, they do take them seriously. Even when Quill came face to face with Thanos for the first time, he was making jokes, but he was still treating Thanos like he was Thanos.
The way it was delivered, you could tell he was still scared.
Yeah.
And he was still, like, overly cautious.
And it's walking that line that I think James Gunn's really good at doing. He's very good at going, okay, so this is a humorous film, but let's, be serious about this.
To me, the seemed that it's going to be more serious than the previous two movies.
Yeah. Well, let's
it's like, if we are going to get, like, big character deaths, like,
it has
potentially Rocket, like Drax, it has to be like, oh my god.
Yeah. Because even with the first two movies, first one was Groot, he survived, sort of, pretty much. He survived. And even Yondu was sort of almost like a secondary character in the first one. And sort of, it wasn't until the sort of latter half of the second movie that he became a main character. It was kind of like, so that wasn't the thing, but this is like, if we're talking Drax and Rocket, these are two founding Guardians that are going to die.
Yeah.
So it's like, it has to be taken seriously. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks good. And I enjoy James Gunn's sense of humour.
Yeah.
I enjoy James Gunn's sense of humour a lot more than I enjoy Joss Whedon's. Or Zack Snyder's. Or any of the other superhero directors. More than Taika Waititi's. Which might be controversial to some people. I enjoy James Gunn's sense of humour a lot more than everyone else's. I also enjoy his music taste. He's got very good taste in music.
Okay, this is
Good
just
for
turning
him.
into you fanboying over James Gunn.
I like James Gunn. He's a good director. Yep, I was just reacting to The Guardians Volume 3 new trailer. Tell us what you think down in the comments. Do you still think Rocket and Drax are going to die? What do you think Adam Warlock's ending in this will be. What do you think the Guardians ending in this will be if certain characters are dying? Like the video, subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We try to upload every day. Anything else you want to say?
I know that's a question. So if this is the last Guardians movie, like people are saying, then what are they going to do with these characters in the future? You know,
It might be that they just retire to nowhere until they're needed.
It's
a bit depressing. Or they might just show up in different movies.
I mean, because I understand that they kind of they like James Gunn as a director, but does that just mean we're not going to get these characters anymore because James Gunn is not directing these movies anymore?
Well, they were in the Avengers films. James Gunn didn't direct them.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but does that just mean that they're just going to show up once and go, no other character development?
Who knows?
Aside from that, what we see.
Well, they might do other films, but I think it's probably going to go, well, this is the last time these are this Guardians of the Galaxy. Should be a sad thought. Best trilogy, do you think? If this is a good film, best trilogy out of the MCU?
Could be.
What are the ones out there? Thor, I suppose.
Captain America.
Captain America is a
That
really
was
good
good.
one. Yeah. Captain America's
That's
probably
that's probably the standard.
that's
Captain
probably the
America.
standard, one. Yeah.
That's probably one that everyone hopes to be.
Yeah. But yeah. Thank you for watching.